Now, the worst reading I ever gave had nothing to do with a difficult card. In fact, it had everything to do with the correct one. I want you to picture this with me. It was a Tuesday evening, and in those early years of my professional practice, Tuesday have quietly become an in-person reading days, right? Face to face. The days when clients would reach out in urgency and I would step in fully present, sometimes moving from one intense and hectic online reading to another one without a pause. So, but yet trying my best to hold depth within that pace. Now, on one such evening, a very dear friend sat across from me, both hands wrapped around, and with a cup of masala chai. The steam rising gently between us. Now, she had come to me with her question about her marriage, right? The love and relationship advice. And she looked steady on the surface, but you could sense the effort that, it took to maintain it. Now, I laid the cards out in front of her, structured, deliberate, almost clinical in their placement. The Four of Cups, right? The Two of Swords, and the Page of Cups. And I began to read, right? I told her she seemed emotionally withdrawn, disengaged from what was in front of her. I pointed to the indecision, to something she was not ready yet to confront, and yet I softened it by saying that there would be a gentle opening, a message, a possibility of an emotional renewal, and blah, blah, blah. Now, every word I used was correct. Every meaning was aligned. It was composed, articulate, and accurate. And yet, it was distant. Now, when she left with a quite polite smile, a quiet thank you, and a cup of chai, barely untouched. Now, I sat there. With those three cards still on the table, and a question that settled on my chest, heavy and undeniable. I had described her situation well, but I had not reached her. Now, there was a gap between what I knew and what she needed to know and feel. And that gap, my dear, was my real journey with tarot began. Now, by the way, if you're new here, I am Chandra, aka TellATaleTarot, your friendly neighborhood tarot advisor. And in this series, I am going to show you how to move from knowing tarot to actually reading it in a way that connects and lands and transforms. Now, this is where I draw inspiration from the tarot master and the living legend, Mary K. Greer, 21 Ways to Read a Tarot. And this series, my dear, is an honest and an earnest tribute to that work of hers. Now, before tarot, I spent 18 years in the world of fashion, design, and merchandising. A world where detail is everything, where you are trained to notice textures, structures, cost, functions, and forms. It is a world which is rooted in practicality, in what works, in what sustains. Now, I knew how to look at things and break them down efficiently. But what I had not yet allowed myself to do was to sit with an image and let it speak back to me. Now, there is this difference between observing for function and observing for meaning. And at that stage, my tarot practice was still anchored in function. But then I had already been reading for many years on a professional level, and I was about 2 years into my journey as a full-time tarot reader. It was an online, intense, chaotic phase of readings where volume was high and the need to be precise, to be correct, often overshadowed the need to be present. And somewhere in that phase, I came across the work of Mary K. Greer and more specifically her book that I just mentioned. Now, here is something I must say with all honesty. Mary as a teacher has always existed in the tarot space, but this book found me at a very particular moment, at a precise moment, right at the beginning of my professional journey. And I often wonder, what if I'd found this book earlier? And what if I had integrated this way of seeing before stepping into the intensity of the client's work? But perhaps it came to me at the right time, because I had already experienced the limitation of reading through meaning alone. I had already felt that void, and thereby this book by Lovelace did not just change the way I read tarot, it changed the way I used it. It shifted me from delivering messages to facilitating conversations, from being correct to being connected. It allowed me to use tarot not only as a reading tool, but as a space for reflection, for coaching, for guidance, both for myself as well as for others. And in this series, my dear, it is a tribute to that shift. And so we begin with step 0, the stepping out. Before we step into any method, we step out to what we think we already know. We step out of urgency to interpret, out of the habit of reaching for fixed meanings, and out of the fear of being wrong, because tarot is not a test you pass. It is a relationship that you build, and in this relationship, every card we meet is a stranger. Not something to decode immediately, not something to label immediately, but something to sit with. Now, across this entire series, there will be one thread that remains consistent or constant. One card you will choose today. That card will stay with you through all 21 steps. Now, this is your personal stranger. You may choose one card. If you feel unsure, you may choose another one, but I would strongly recommend that you stick with one, because depth does not come from variety, it comes from continuity. At this stage, you have the freedom to choose. Later, we stay committed, right? Is that a deal? Now, that consistency is what allows the relationship to build. In every step that follows, we will not be jumping from one card to another without awareness. We will be returning again and again to this one card, looking at it from different angles, understanding it layer by layer. In step 1, we will name the stranger. In step 2, we will describe the stranger. And with each step, so on and so forth, we will move a little closer. By the time we reach the step 21, the stranger will no longer feel unfamiliar. And more importantly, you will begin to see how the cards reflects parts of your own inner and outer world. It becomes less about the card and more about what it reveals within you. And now your assignment is simple yet intentional. Now find a quiet moment. Sit with your deck. Take a few slow breaths, pranayam if you may, just enough to arrive. Spread your cards face down. Let your hand hover without thinking, without analyzing. Let it move until it naturally stops, and then pick up that card. Look at it, not to interpret it, not to solve it, but simply to meet it. And ask yourself one question. What do I not understand about you yet? Write that down. Date it. Sit with it. That card is your stranger, your anchor card. And this is where your journey begins. Our journey begins. In Barry's original method, the student chooses a single card on this journey, all 21 steps, which is referred to as a work card or a companion for the entire passage. In our series, I will bring out 2 examples to each of these videos. One card we will explore together as a share anchor across the series, and one new card for you to practice the technique independently. Now there is a certain joy in the moment, a certain excitement, like standing almost like a fool at the edge of the cliff, not fully knowing where it would lead, but choosing to step forward anyway. Now this is the energy I want you to carry into the series. Curiosity, openness, willingness. Now, before we move forward, I want to leave you with something to sit with. You may be wondering, what would I have done differently in that reading? The reading with that friend of mine I told you about. What shifted between then and now? The answer is a lot. But I'm not going to open that up just yet. Not because it is complicated, but because it unfolds step by step. And I have a feeling you would not want me to lay all my cards open right at the beginning. At step 0 itself, what do you say? We can allow a little space for a discovery, if not a mystery or a thriller. We will come back to that moment, and when we do it, it will make complete sense. Now, this is step 0 of 21. In the next step, we take one step closer to the stranger, and we begin with the name. As you may sense, we do things differently here, not the run of the mill. Hello, my lovelies. I'm Chandra, aka TellATaleTarot, your friendly neighborhood tarot advisor. While you are here at the beginning of this journey with me, take a moment to anchor it. Like this video, share it with someone who you might walk the path with, and stay connected as we move forward step by step together. I will see you on the next step. Walk along. Love and light, Chandra.